And why don't you get your phones ready as well for the music. So this playlist is really special because all of these artists have played at once or were supposed to play at Once Ballroom. And I've actually seen a couple of these bands there. So that's why the playlist is what it is. So let's start with the first song by Bask in 3, 2, and play. Awesome. All right, Child's Pose. Thanks for being patient. All right. Starting with Child's Pose, just bring your arms as close to the front of the mat as possible. Really stretching out the arms. We have a full hour today, which is really nice. So we can really get into this deeper practice. Closing the eyes, forehead can relax down on the mat. Start to let the music wash over you. Lock the fingertips closer to the front of the mat. Maybe rock your forehead a little side to side. Sinking down towards the floor. Maybe your knees are open. You start to feel that hip open or settling in. Be aware of any smells, any sounds, any sensations. Maybe you smell your morning coffee or tea. Maybe you hear the music, but also hearing some birds, some traffic, other people in your household. Maybe you're sensing some tightness in certain areas and you focus on those for a moment just to be mindful and aware of those. But also sense your energy this morning. Maybe you got, not as much sleep as you'd like. Maybe you got the perfect amount. Surprisingly, I actually got the perfect amount, which hasn't happened since January, I think. And just notice your energy level. Pick your head up an inch and just walk the head and hands over to the left side of your mat. Maybe you stack that left hand on top and lower the forehead down. And pick up the hands and forehead. Hey, Cat. I love when my kitty plays when I do yoga. Arms reach over to the right side. Maybe stack the right hand on top of the left. A little side bend. And hands walk to center. From here, we're going to come up on our forearms. I want you to bring your knees a little closer together so they're about as wide as your hips, and walk the knees back a few inches. Press down into the floor with all 10 fingers, maybe even bend the fingers a little bit so the fingertips are pressing down as well. Just bring a ton of energy here. Lean your chest over your forearms so your nose is just above your thumbs, still hovering. Inhale. Exhale, press back, but don't lower all the way down on the hips, just lean back. Inhale, hover the head over the hands. Exhale, press back. Do this to the music. It always helps to move to the music. It brings your mind into more of a pattern, more of a flow, more aware of all of your senses. So again, we're inhaling with the press forward, pressing down, exhaling with the press back. Keep going here at your own pace, at your own beat. It looks like an easy pose, but as you continue to do it, you're really starting to wake up the shoulders. So just give yourself a moment here to just feel that energy flowing there. Couple more rounds of this. And let's end forward over the forearms. Slowly, we're going to tuck the toes behind us even further back to lower our belly down. We're coming into Sphinx Pose. So forearms are down, fingertips reaching forward. Draw the elbows in towards the midline, towards the belly. Open the chest. Try to roll the shoulders back, which it might not really move, but you'll feel the sensation of the open heart. Keeping your shoulders plugged in here, go ahead, drop the chin down to your chest. And gently shake the head no. Shaking the head no, I'm not awake quite yet. And giving yourselves big nods, big head bangs, little slow movements here. Nodding yes. I'll give this practice everything I have. You get what you put into it. Then find neutral spine looking forward. From here, we're going to take our left hand, bring it to the top left corner of the mat at an angle. The right arm slides underneath the chest and reaches to the left side, palm facing up. We're going to lower our chest down onto that right arm. And it doesn't feel like much for you, maybe. I mean, I know my right side feels like more of a stretch than when I do my left, so just be aware. You don't really feel much. There is a way to make it a little deeper. Go ahead and rest your head down, which will increase the stretch. And remove the left arm from the floor and bring it behind your back. That way there's more weight and pressure on that arm. Take a few breaths. Okay. He wants to be fed. Excuse me. Thank you. Other side, right hand comes the diagonal right side, top of your mat. Left arm slides underneath the chest, palm facing up, reaching to the right side, lower the chest down on that arm and shoulder. The left side of your head can come down. I don't feel much on this side. And go ahead, if you want a deeper pose, lift the right arm off the floor, hand tucked behind your back. Take a few breaths. Coming into your breath, your pranayama. And let's come out of this pose. Press the right hand down to the floor, unslide that arm. So for this next shoulder opener, it's really deep, so really just take it at your own pace. We're gonna take the right arm to the right side of the mat, palm facing down, elbow to the floor. So it should be at like, the arm doesn't have to be totally straight, but a bend in the elbow a little bit here, okay? We're gonna walk the hips over to the left side of the mat, so just kind of awkwardly scoot your body over to the left side. All right, from here, we're gonna start to roll onto the right hip and draw that right knee up toward the chest, so the bottom leg lifts up towards the chest. You can either stay like this, or you can start to lift the left knee to the sky. That is deep. Sorry if that whistle, I hurt your ears. I didn't realize how loud I was whistling. From here, we're gonna take the right thumb and point it up towards the sky like you're hitchhiking. Take a few breaths and stay. Maybe reach up and grab that left thigh with the left hand. Take a breath. Nice. Come all the way down. Let's do the other side. Left arm reaches diagonally to the top left. Walk the body, the hips, pretty much the whole body except for that arm, over to the right side of the mat. Keep reaching, maybe bring a light bend into that left elbow. Right hand comes underneath the right shoulder, presses you onto your left hip, lifting that left knee, the bottom leg, so lifting the knee so it points to the right side of your room. And maybe you start to bring the right knee pointing up. This is a really deep version of the pose. You don't have to lift this knee. You can lower it down. I'm still feeling a really deep opener in this back left arm here. Maybe start to turn up that left thumb to the sky. Take a few breaths. Maybe reach up to grab that right thigh with the right arm. And start to come out. Whew. Come back to the center of your mat. From here, our hands are underneath the shoulders. We're gonna press up to a low cobra, and then we're gonna lower down. Inhale a little bit higher, and really feel it in your triceps. Lower the shoulders down, hug the elbows in, exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Open the chest, exhale, lower. Don't straighten the elbows yet. Keep them bent. You want to really feel this work in your triceps. So press again. Come back up a little higher. Still keep the bend in the elbows, looking forward. Keep the bend in the elbows. Bring the chin down to your chest. Start to feel a nice stretch in the back of the top of the back here, right near the neck. Really start to feel the triceps burning. Lowering down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower. And press up to tabletop. Ooh, I kind of felt hard after those. We're going to lower down onto our forearms, but staying in your tabletop. So you're on your knees once again. We're going to bring our knees closer together behind us, tuck the toes. Extend that right leg back behind you. You can make a nice angle here, so you can lift that right heel as high as you'd like. We're going to flex the toes down, so you're going to lift the leg as high as you'd like, but try to keep the hip closed as much as you can. It's going to be open a little bit, and that's fine. We're going to pulse in the air for a count of 10, nice and slow, controlled. 9, 8, 7, press down with the hands. 6, 5, 4, nice job. 3, 2, and lift a little higher. Nice job. Lower down, other side. Tuck the back right toes. Left leg lifts up. Toes pointed down. Flex the foot. Lift a little higher. Keep the hip closed as much as you can while doing this pose. And again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, the music, 4, 3, 2, and lift it up a little higher for 3, for 2, and for 1, lower that down. From here, we're going to come up onto our tabletop. So one hand comes down at a time. And then we lower back down, left, right. Left palm press, right palm, left, right. So we're going to do that again a little faster. Left, right, left, right. You can make fists here if you'd like. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Other side, switching which side we do first. So right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Let's do one more round, lowering down on the forearms. Nice job. From here, we're going to come into a modified side plank. So the right hand comes down to the right side of your mat. We're kicking the right foot towards the right side of our room, and we're laying that left sole of the foot on the floor behind us on the mat, pointing towards the left side of the room. So our chest is open towards the left. Right hand is down, lifting that left arm to the sky to start. Go ahead, bring that left hand behind the head. We'll take an inhale and really bring the head down, right ear close to that right shoulder. With an exhale, we hug that hip in towards that left elbow. So lift the left knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, extend, don't lower the leg. Exhale, little side crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Crunch it in and stay. Let's do little pulses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Other side. For you, you're just going to lower the left hand down, kick the back left foot pointing to the left side, right hand or right foot behind you, reach up with the right arm. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to face you. Same thing though. Right arm lifts up to start. Hand behind the head, really deep side bend here. The left ear comes down to the left shoulder. And from here, take an inhale. And an exhale, bend the knee, bring the elbow in. Inhale, extend. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 to stay. 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice job. Let's come all the way down onto our backs. Doesn't matter which way you face. I'm going to face the back. Why not? Change it up. Take the knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. Let's take a happy baby just to get a few more relaxing breaths in here. Flexing the feet up towards the sky, rocking a little side to side. I don't know about anyone else. I know a lot of Boston people are here, so after this class, enjoy the bright sunny day. It's gorgeous out. That's for everyone else from other parts of the world. I hope it's sunny. I hope it's nice out. It's a nice Saturday here. And from here, bring the legs up to the sky. You probably know we're going to do a little bit of crunches right now because we want to build up that heat in the core. We're going to need that core later on in class. We're going to end with a nice challenge pose. So get ready for that. Interlace the hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide. Now, I want you to have a little bit of space between the palms interlaced and the back of the head so that we don't press the head up with the hands. We lift the head up with our core. Flexing the toes towards your face. We're just doing 10 of these for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Controlled. 8, 9, and 10. Lift it up and stay. You can have your hands rest on your head, and we're just pulsing little pulses to stay up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the feet down. Take a breath. Maybe windshield wiper the knees a little side to side. And we're just doing regular crunches. Oh, excuse me. Let's do 12 crunches. And you can have your hands rest on your head, no problem. Open up the elbows. And let's start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, halfway there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Stay here. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Let the arms fall out to the sides. You can windshield wiper the knees side to side. Nice. Come on to our bellies, and we're going to come into a plank pose. I know that's so exciting. Not everyone at once. Hands underneath the shoulders, tucking the toes behind you. Finding your strong plank here, really energizing those legs. Press down to the mat. And again, you can always bend those fingers and press the fingertips down. That's one way I like to do these poses. Pressing down, holding for 5. Nice. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, come into downward facing, which I know isn't much different in terms of your shoulder strength. We're only staying here for a couple more breaths, pressing the heels down into the floor. And we start to walk the feet forward nice and slow toward the hands for a forward fold. Take your time here, bending one knee at a time. Shake the head a little bit here gently. You start to bend the right knee a lot more. Look underneath that left arm. Maybe you take the right hand, you grab the outside of the left ankle. And you can lift up that left arm and see if that feels good. Some people like to bring their hand to the back, pointing the fingertips down. Other side, forward fold. Bend the left knee. Grab the outside around the front of that right ankle with the left hand. And you can look over to the right, reach up with the right arm. Really bending into that left knee. The knee is maybe pointing all the way up into the armpit on the left side. And you can always lower that hand down to the lower back. Nice. Forward fold. Little energizing part of the song. So go ahead, shake the head out here, maybe little head bangs. You can widen the feet if you want more support and bend the knees for a more exaggerated pose here. Nice. Heel toe the feet, so underneath the hips. Inhale to halfway lift, long flat back, Ardha Uttanasana. Open the chest. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale again, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Excuse me. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up to rise, reach up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Stay here, take a few breaths. Roll the shoulders down and back, open the chest. Maybe your music is up super loud and you're just letting that sound flow the floor into your feet. Maybe you close your eyes. And I know standing with 2 feet down on the floor doesn't sound like that hard of a balance pose. You do notice you might start to sway a little bit side to side. Engage the core. Uddiyana Bandha. When you suck in that belly button towards the spine. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Then the knees sweep up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do another half Sunday. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Let's stay here for just a couple more breaths. Heels to the feet a little further apart. Grab opposite hands to opposite elbow. Sway a little side to side, closing the eyes. Take 4 deep breaths to stay. Nice, release the hands to the floor. Heels to the feet back underneath the hips. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep up. Inhale, rise. Full sun A this time. Exhale, hands come to heart center, folding all the way down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Step 1 foot back, then the other for plank pose. Now here's the option you have whenever we come through vinyasa. Let's all lower the knees down to the floor. And why don't you just listen and watch, and I'll show you the different options. You can either come down for your full chaturanga, high to low, upward facing dog to downward facing dog, or You can do modified chaturanga, knees down. Inhale to exhale, downward facing. Or if you have a problem with your wrists or your shoulder, it's best to skip that chaturanga. So you would just come from your plank pose and you'd lift the hips directly into downward facing. So that's the vinyasa I'm talking about, the high to low into downward facing. And if I say you can skip the vinyasa, which you can every time, it means you go from plank to your downward dog. So always feel free to do that. And go ahead, find whatever flow you want to meet us in downward facing. Could be that modified chaturanga, could be the full chaturanga. You could have skipped it and come right into downward dog. We're taking 4 breaths to stay. Maybe you start to walk the hands back a little bit, just to feel a little more grounded into the heels. And no, you don't have to have this, you don't have to have your downward dog look like this, where your heels are down. This is not how I normally do my downward dogs. Your heels can be lifted as much as they need to be for the pose. Nice. Come back into your regular downward dog, so hands come forward. Look forward between the hands, step 1 foot forward, then the other. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's do another sun A, this time a little faster. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Hop, step, or jump, both feet back, plank pose. Skip vinyasa or high to low. Inhale, upward facing. If you're doing it, to downward. Nice job. We all meet in downward facing dog. Let's take the feet and make them nice and wide. So they might even come off your mat if you want it super wide. Walk the hands back about 6 inches and another 2 inches. So the heels are grounded and down to the floor. We're taking the right hand and grabbing, we're bending the left knee first. We're grabbing the outside of the left ankle. And then we start to straighten that left leg a little bit to get that full stretch. Take a few breaths to stay. Shake the head out, no. Other side, right hand lowers down, bend the right knee, grab the right ankle with the left hand, and start to straighten that right knee, looking underneath your right arm. Take a few breaths, shake the head out. Nice. Coming out of this pose, walk the hands back to our plank pose and just step 1 foot, then the other forward for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up to rise. Exhale, hands come to heart center. I'm gonna turn to face you so you see me better. Inhale, lift the arms up. Grab that left wrist with the right hand, and as you exhale, side bend over to the right. Maybe you look up towards that left elbow. Come back up, reach, inhale. Grab right wrist, left hand, side bend to the left. Look up towards the right elbow. Come up, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, right foot steps back, right knee lowers down for sun C. You can untuck the toes if you'd like. Sweep the arms up. Ooh, little unbalanced today. My body's not used to so much sleep. You can have your hands at your hips and press the hips forward. I honestly just like how yoga poses look when your hands on your hips. It just looks so intense. Hands can come down by your sides. Tent the fingers. We're gonna shift the hips back and lift the left toes up. For a nice deep stretch in the hamstring. Bow the head down, maybe little head bangs here with the song. And you'll feel the intensity of the stretch as you do that as well. Come back onto that left foot. Step the left foot back. Again, your choice, high to low or skip. Meeting in downward facing. Left foot comes to center. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Maybe you start to lower that right foot down behind you to the left side of the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm up, flipping your dog. Coming back, keep the right leg lifted. Draw the knee into chest. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift it, knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift. Knee to left elbow, and then extend the foot to the left side. Lower that left heel down to the right side of the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm up. From here, we're gonna lower the left hand down to the floor so our chest starts to face the floor. Tuck the back left toes and start to lower the right hip down to the floor, nice and slow. Nice. So it looks and feels awkward, I give you that. But let's start to walk the hands over to the right side of the floor. So off the mat, perhaps, moving the hands to the right side of the mat. I'm keeping my toes tucked here, just to keep my leg where it is in the back left here, but you can always untuck. Take a breath. Take 2 more deep breaths this day. I really love this pose. It's a nice deep stretch in the IT band in the right leg. You're getting a nice torso stretch, nice little twist. Nice. Walk the hands back. And slowly coming out of this, press into the hands, lift the right hip, and just step the right foot back, downward dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up, and right foot forward. Left knee lowers down. You can untuck the toes, you can sweep the arms up. Let's hook the thumbs together above us and open the chest. From here, lower the hands down, tuck the back left toes, lift the left knee, and let's leap forward, but instead of bringing the left foot to meet the front foot, we're gonna lift up in a standing split. So bring the weight into the right foot, lift the left leg into your standing split pose. And then slowly bend the left knee pointing down and left foot lowers down. Forward fold, one knee bends at a time. Nice job. Inhale halfway, exhale fold. Inhale, bend the knee, sweep up and rise. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, left foot steps back. Left knee lowers down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Again, your hands can come down to your hips, whatever you feel good doing. Whatever makes you feel powerful. Maybe you start to look up towards the ceiling, drawing the shoulders back, chest open. Hands, fingertips comes down to the floor beside your right foot. And slowly shift the hips back, lift the right toes. Stay here for a moment. I believe the next song is starting, so just let that song start. Just listen, close the eyes. Little baby head bangs, and you feel a deeper stretch in the hamstring in the right leg. Nice and slow, come back onto the right foot. Tuck the back left toes, step the right foot back. And you take your own vinyasa here, high to low, modified, or skipping vinyasa. We're meeting in downward facing dog. The right foot comes to the center of the mat, inhale the left leg up. Reach even higher. Open the hip, bend the knee, see if you can lower that Left foot to the right side of the mat. Inhale, reach that left arm, reach up. Left hand lowers down, left leg lifts. Draw the knee in towards your chest. Inhale, lift left. Left elbow to left knee. Inhale, lift. Left knee to right elbow. Inhale to lift. Left knee to right elbow. Kick the leg out to the right side. Lower the right heel down to the right side and lift that right arm up to the sky. Right hand comes down. Tuck the back right toes, and we lower that left hip down to the floor nice and slow. I like to keep my back right toes tucked. Then we're gonna walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. When I come to this pose, I just lose all my energy for a moment. So just stay here for a second, close your eyes, just breathe. I love this pose because you get a really deep twist, a little bit of a side bend, and I don't feel any compression in the lower back at all. I don't know about you. I think it's a really great way to lengthen the spine and twist and get a little bend going as well. Walk the hands back to your mat. Press into the hands, lift the left hip off the floor. Left foot steps back, plank pose, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up and it steps forward between the hands, lower the right knee down to the floor. Untuck the toes if you'd like, sweep the arms up, hook the thumbs together. This time the opposite way you did before. Press the hips forward. Open the chest, start to look up towards the ceiling. Or if you're super lucky, you're outside doing yoga, which sounds super lovely right now. Nice, hands come down, align the front left foot. And if you found it hard to leap into your standing split before, you might want to draw that left foot closer to that right knee. Just lower the left foot back, closer to the back of the mat. That way you tuck the right toes, everyone, lift the right knee off the floor, and it's a little easier to balance on that left foot. You can grab the ankle with one or both hands. And slowly bend the right knee. Right foot lowers, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's take a little break. Let's come down into child's pose. Rest down, child's pose. Knees can be wide or together. Forehead can come down. Or you can take a sip of your water, tea, coffee, I don't know. Maybe you have your margarita with you. No judgment. Take a few more breaths wherever you are. Nice. Let's meet in tabletop. We're just going to come up into a forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. And start to rise. So next we're going to do a nice little balance sequence, which I'll be honest with you all, I absolutely suck at balancing, especially when I'm being filmed. So if you see me fall, feel free to laugh because the mute is on, I won't hear you. So, and also feel free to laugh at yourself. When you fall and stumble, I mean, hopefully don't get hurt, don't smash your face on the floor, but you know, when we fall, and literally and figuratively, just try to take yourself lightly. Don't take yourself too seriously, especially in yoga. All yoga is right now, all yoga has to be in this moment is movement. Obviously, we can all find our deeper meaning within that, within yoga, but no need to feel bad about falling. So anyways, that's my speech about balancing. So we're gonna start with a figure 4 standing. Let's start with our right foot over left. So just crossing the right foot over the left thigh. We're gonna bring the hands to heart center. We're gonna sink down nice and deep. So I'm gonna turn and face you. You can see me a little better here. You can always pick it up, flex the toes, come down. Now there is an arm balance here available to you if you are like, I love doing arm balances, my shoulders feel strong after all those shoulder things we did. Go ahead, try it out. I won't teach it today because I don't want to confuse most of you. And it's a really difficult balance, at least for me. So if you want to do it, feel free. Otherwise, maybe you start to lower down. Maybe you start to lower the hands down in front of that shin and maybe come all the way down, fingertips to the floor. Hands come back, you press up. Don't lower that right foot. Ooh, see, I told you I'd fall. Keep that right foot lifted if you can and cross it over the left thigh for eagle pose. So the right thigh is on top. Let's put that left arm underneath, so right arm on top as well. Sink down deeper. Nice. See if you can stay in this balance, but unravel. We're gonna come into warrior three, so you can bring the hands to heart center if you'd like. Kick that right leg back. Right leg is strong. You can always find airplane arms. Really hard pose. And let's come down into our lunge. Nice, I'm gonna turn and face this way now. So we're in our lunge here, nice job. I'm sure your left calf is on fire at this moment. Good job for staying with me for that. Inhale, lift the arms up. With an exhale, we're gonna lower that right knee down towards the floor, but don't touch it, just kind of hover it. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale. Continue this at your own pace, pulsing up and down. Maybe you're doing it nice and slow to this wind hand song. I am absolutely obsessed with wind hand if you don't know already. If you don't know them, check them out. I have seen them at once, I believe. And they always are awesome. From here, we're gonna bring the hands to heart center. We're gonna take a lean over that left thigh. We're gonna twist the left and bring the right arm in front of the left thigh if you can. Keep that back right leg nice and strong. Nice job, guys. I can see a few of you. Press the hands together. Now here's another little challenge here. Lower that back right heel. We're coming up for warrior two. Whew. Maybe not your classic challenge pose, but it was challenging for me. Warrior two pose. Warrior pose can make you feel strong, exactly what it sounds like for its name. It can make you feel very powerful. So try to channel that energy in this pose, looking down your left arm. Flip left palm, reaching up and over. And let's come down side angle pose. Who doesn't love a little dancing warrior sequence? Right arm lifts over right ear. Your option if you want to come into a bind with the left arm in front of that left thigh. Reach the right arm back, pull yourself up, back to warrior two. Let's take this into triangle pose, straighten that left knee. You can always keep a slight bend or a big bend in the knee. And then lean down, Trikonasana triangle pose, right arm lifts. Nice, take the right arm, reach it, pull yourself up with an invisible rope, warrior two. We bring the hands down, we tuck the back right toes. Let's just step it forward. Nice job, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Nice, slowly come up. We're gonna start the other side. I know that was just one side, can you imagine? You guys are doing great though. I'll face you, so it's a little easier to see what's going on. We're coming into that standing sequence on the left. So cross the left foot over the right thigh. Flex the foot. You can bring the hands to heart center, start to sink down. Standing figure four. You can always grab the foot, bring it a little up, little thigh if you'd like. Get a deeper hip opener. Get a little lower if you can. Again, it's available to you if you know that forearm, excuse me, I actually forget the name of the pose, with that balance pose, with that figure 4. Very challenging. Get a little deeper. Let's let the arms fall down in front of the shin. Whew. Maybe you feel a difference of this left hip and the right. I certainly do. And just start to notice the difference in each side of your body. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It might be, you know, something that shows from your job or your hobbies, or maybe just your dominant side. Slowly start to come up, press into the right foot. Maybe you're shaky like me. Ooh. Left knee lifts up. Nice job, guys. Cross it over for eagle. Left thighs on top, left arms on top. Sink down. Lift the elbows up. Tuck the tailbone underneath. Sometimes we feel like we want to lift it up and get a little deeper here, but tuck the tailbone underneath, draw the belly button in and up. Now we come into our warrior 3. Unravel. You can bring the hands to heart center. Keep the leg out. Maybe airplane arms. Lifting up and then lowering the toes down for a lunge. Whew. I'm gonna go back on my mat. Left foot is back, right foot is forward for your lunge here. Sweep the arms up. With an exhale, we bend the left knee, we hover it. Inhale, exhale. Now let's bring a little bit of more of screaming noise into this. As long as, I mean, my husband's asleep, but he'll be fine. He sleeps through everything. So I'm gonna inhale, lift up. Exhale, start to bring a gentle sigh of relief. Inhale, reach a little louder. Exhale. Inhale, reach, make it louder. Exhale. 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale, exhale. Hands come to heart center, bow forward, twist to the right. Ooh, keep that back left leg nice and strong. Little challenge for you. Let's twist into warrior 2. Ooh. My right leg is on fire. Keep it strong. Arms are strong. And you can see yourself probably in your video, maybe you can't. But try to keep that back left arm straight. Try not to let that back left arm bend. And if you're double jointed, you'll notice a lot of double jointed people have their shoulders up a little bit, because that's what happens when they straighten their arms. So if you are double jointed, maybe you do want to keep a little bend in the arms to keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Flip the right palm, reverse. With an exhale, side angle, right forearm to right thigh. Left arm over left ear. Parsva Konasana. You can bind here by bringing the right arm in front of the right thigh, interlacing around that right thigh. It's totally optional. You can do a little half bind by bringing the left arm behind your back and just walking those fingertips inside of that right thigh. Take the left arm, pull yourself up with that invisible rope, warrior 2. Setting up for triangle pose, starting to straighten out the right knee. You don't have to lock it, and if you do lock it, which I do, it's not the end of the world. Your body's not gonna suddenly disappear if you lock your knee, which I know a lot of yoga teachers kind of paint a picture for you that locking the knee is horrible for your body. Yes, if you feel pain when you lock the knee, don't do it. That's kind of the golden rule of everything in yoga. If it hurts, don't do it. But if you think about it, when you're standing, your knees are locked, unless you're always bending your knees, in which you're just burning calories all day. And good for you, I don't know, I guess that's cool. So anyways, we're lowering the right arm down for triangle pose, left arm lifts up. Maybe you change your perspective. Oh. And let's come out of this. Reach back with the left arm. Pull yourself up with that invisible rope to to warrior two pose. And the hands lower down, line the front right foot, tuck the back toes. Let's just step it forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold down. So we're about time. Let's come all the way up. I do want to do one pose with you that I haven't done in a while, honestly. I don't think I've done in these online classes at all. So if you have your block, grab it. If you have your water, sip it. If you have a different kind of support, some kind of like block substitute, grab the tissue box, like the wider kind. Any kind of boxy shape that is as wide as your shoulders about. Maybe a little different, but I think you'll be okay if it's a little different. Otherwise, you can just interlace the hands instead of using the block, but I'd rather you have the block if you can use something similar. So if you have a wall, you can find the wall. If you don't have a wall near you, you don't need it. And I'll pretend the wall's there for a second, and then I'll pretend it's not there. But yeah, but it is there. You know what I'm saying. So anyways, let's go to our wall if we have it. Otherwise, you're on your mat and grab your block. So we're on our hands and knees. Our block is out in front of us. We make two L's, and I'll show you in front of you. Two L's. One is backward, one is not. And then we're going to draw the elbows in close together, making a V shape. I'm going to take this V and we're going to stamp it on our mats. From there, we're going to push our elbows away from each other just a couple inches, so the elbows are in line with the wrists. So it's no longer a V, but the forearms are parallel. And the reason we made the V first is because it allows the skin to kind of stick you into place, and you'll see why that's important. So from here, we're going to lift the legs and lift the knees up and come into our dolphin pose, which is downward dog on the forearms. This is already a super challenging, difficult pose. This may be where you stop and live today. You know, maybe you start to bend one knee at a time. Nice. Everyone, just go ahead, take a few more breaths to stay here. I know it's really hard. Nice. Everyone bend the knees, lower the knees down, and take a seat on your heels for a moment. Now, if you've taken my class before in person, you've definitely done this pose with me. So I just like you to watch and sit and just kind of observe how not to do a pose that we're about to do and how to start to get into it, especially if you're new at it. So we're gonna attempt a forearm stand today. And I'm gonna show you the way I don't want you to do it. So go ahead, just stay seated and just watch and listen, because I don't want you to copy me doing the wrong way. So we're doing our V, stamping it down, pressing the elbows away. And again, this will look the same if you don't have a wall. I'm just using it just so I don't fall on camera. It's one of my fears, right? So you're gonna start in your dolphin, and again, you're just watching, and this is the wrong way to do it. So here's me just trying to get the hell up into the balance pose. All right, so that's the wrong way to do it. A couple things about that. You can call those donkey kicks because they're out of control and there's a lot of chaos going on. I don't have any control of my core. I have no idea of body awareness, what's going on with my legs. So you want to really make sure, A, that you're not bending the knees really. The leg that you lift isn't bent. And that's one way to bring more control into your practice when it comes to this pose. So continue to watch and I'll do the pose that's more correct. Making the V, pressing it away. Dolphin. So you can lift one leg, keep the lifted leg nice and strong, and just do little bunny hops and switch sides. Try it on each side. Maybe eventually you'll start to come up. All right, so if you've never done this before, please don't expect for you to get the pose right away. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of time. That's the thing about getting good at anything, right? It takes a lot of time to do it. So why don't you all meet in your dolphin pose? I'm gonna come over to the screen and see how you're doing as I walk over on my knees. Yeah, come into your dolphin pose, make the stamp, press the elbows away. One leg lifts and it's strong, and you do maybe little bunny hops. You might be staying nice, control. Be sharp, nice control there. Nice, Greta. Yeah, take a break if you need. It's very exhausting. Elle's nice control. Veronica, nice. Luna Rena, I like your name. Nice job too. Nice plow pose, good idea. Take the other side if you haven't already. Whoa, you're up in the air. Nice. Very bold. I don't think there's even a wall behind you, so nice job. All right, let's take a child's pose. Relax in child's, take a few breaths. Nice job, everybody. That was a super difficult pose, and you guys took a chance, took a risk, and did a balance, and that's really awesome. Even if you didn't do as much of flight, if you wanted to do that, still give yourself a pat on the back for doing that. Good job. We're in child's pose, and we're getting ready to come down into our Shavasana. Go ahead, come up. Swing the feet around, laying down in Shavasana. Actually, before we come totally down into our relaxing corpse pose, let's just bring the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side. You can take your happy baby, one of the classic, cool down poses. Why not? We love opening the hips. It's a nice way to rock a little side to side, calm the nervous system down a little more. Nice job. When you're ready, find your Shavasana. Extend the legs all the way down, laying flat. Your palms can face up. If you feel, like this hurts your lower back, which laying flat does for a lot of people, it can be painful for your lower spine. You can bring the soles of the feet to the ground, knees pointed up. Widen the soles of the feet even wider. Could be off the mat, could be on the outer edges, and knock the knees together. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out to the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. One more time like that. Big inhale, hold it in. And big exhale. Natural breath. Just letting the music wash over you. Melting your body down into the floor. And maybe you say it to yourself in your head or out loud. You just think or say, I am enough. I know it sounds like an underwhelming thing to say about yourself, but it's true. You have everything you need within you. Many religions believe that God is a person, I'm not necessarily a believer in God, but if you are, it's okay. But in Hinduism and Buddhism, they believe that the people are the gods, that you yourself are divine. And the closer we are to that divine, the more we feel at peace with ourselves. We feel aware of our body. We're aware of our thoughts. We're aware of when our anger starts to rise. We're aware of when jealousy starts to come out. Doesn't mean you can't have these emotions. It just means you have a heightened awareness of them occurring. And you have an understanding that they are not part of you. You want to think about it scientifically, it's just a chemical reaction, a neurological reaction that happens in the brain in response to your surroundings. And we have the ability to find control over those neurological events. And with that control, there's power. So maybe today you just find your power in your reaction to things happening around you. If you feel yourself starting to get angry or jealous or any of those other emotions that aren't our favorite to feel, frustrated, stress in any way, just observe the emotions starting to rise and sit with it for a moment. Breathe with it and see if it settles down a little bit too. Maybe you think of the Hindu saying, neti neti, not this, not this. And there's not a real definition of what the divine is, but there's always a saying about what it is not. And you think this thought, this emotion is not who I am. And we all take a breath in and we exhale out. Let's roll onto our side and find your way to a seat when you're ready. You don't have to jump up, you can take your time. Sitting in our seat, we inhale, lift the arms up, welcome in the new day, the sun. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feeling a sense of gratitude, strength, and power from waking up and doing this practice. The light and dark in me loves and honors the light and dark in you. And together we say, Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. And thank you so much to Once for having us and inviting us to do this class. Please, if you have the means, donate to Once's GoFundMe. Do not donate to my Venmo or PayPal. Independent venues are not surviving this crisis. We've already seen Great Scott say they're not opening. Let's make sure that Once Ballroom does. So please donate to their GoFundMe and check out their website because they're having a virtual venue fest basically on Zoom, on Facebook Live, I believe. So check out their schedule if you want to see local bands play and you get to enjoy in the comfort of your home. Maybe this weekend you have a nice little drink or you just kind of relax with your friends or family and enjoy the music. I'll see you guys, not tomorrow, it's canceled for yoga, but I'll see you on Monday for power yoga with Brandyn, Tuesday with me. Wednesday, brand new class, metal mat Pilates with Kate. So excited. Again, Thursday with me, and Friday, 80s Barre. This coming Sunday, not this one coming up, but the one on the 10th, is our first Sabbath Sunday class virtually. So if you like Black Sabbath, we'll have a Black Sabbath playlist. It'll be super energizing, awesome flow for a Sunday morning. And I'll see you guys then. Thanks so much for coming.